Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to RSPB Snetcham. Now, it's a bit windy, so I hope it's not coming down the mic too much. Keep it sheltered for you. Now, today was supposed to be really overcast. Actually transpires the sun's come out now, which might make the bird photography a little bit more difficult. Now, one other point as well, we are about an hour and a half away from high tide, so hopefully, unlike last time we were here, the birds will be pushed in the nicest possible way closer towards the shore, so we might be able to get some more pictures. Now, this week's video I want to talk about shutter speeds, and something I keep forgetting to do when photographing birds. Remember, this is all new to me, so stick around, let's go find some birds. Oh, considering it's the 3rd of February, it's definitely unseasonably warm, let's put it that way. So, okay, let's talk about this whole shutter speed thing then. So, first of all, obviously you know predominantly I'm a landscape photographer, and that is what this... Sorry, the mic's dropped again. So I'm a landscape photographer, and that's predominantly what this channel was based around. However, sort of halfway through last year, I decided to also take up wildlife photography, hence been at RSPB Snetcham. And I'm just going to turn around a bit. What I would say about shutter speeds is when it comes to landscape photography, they're probably not as important as they are in wildlife photography. So with some of my landscapes, obviously, other than long exposures, you know, you might be looking at only sort of half a second through to like 1/100th of a second, unless it's obviously really bright, or you know, you're really after freezing motion. You're more looking at the importance being placed on the aperture, whereas with the ISO it's probably always locked down at around 100-200. With wildlife photography, you can kind of lower that aperture a bit because the shallow depth of field does work. And obviously the ISO is kind of negligible. Obviously you want a lower ISO because you want the cleaner images, but sometimes it's better just to capture the images. Oh, I'm tired, I had a rough night's sleep last night. Capture the images that are slightly noisier. So, that leaves the importance on shutter speed. We'll come back again and we'll talk about that in one moment. I want to make my way to the beach. I don't want to miss out on any birds. I've got a FOMO going on. So yeah, let's get cracking, and we'll come back and talk more about shutter speeds and the error I keep making in one moment. Oh, God, I hate steps. So it's quite quiet down there at the minute. High tide doesn't appear to be very high, ironically. So unfortunately a lot of the birds aren't coming around, which is a bit of a frustration really. It's probably as populated down here as it was when I last came down. I think that was at low tide as well, so I've not seen a little egret or anything like that. So I've taken refuge in the Rotary Hide at the moment because it did just start a light shower with rain, so I thought I'd park myself in here. Now, going back to the shutter speed rule, or the shutter speed I should say. And the one rule to remember is always keep your shutter speed above the length that you are shooting at. So 1 over the length of your lens. So what that basically means is, if I'm shooting at 600mm, I need my shutter speed to at least be 1/600th of a second. I think it's 1/640th of a second. Now that's obviously when the lens is unsupported as well. But it's all to do with weight balance and to prevent camera shake. Now, as I said before, I keep forgetting to do that. I was trying to shoot the other day at 1/250th of a second, shooting when the lens was at the 600mm end. And I was wondering why my shots weren't looking that sharp. And then I realised what I was doing. As I say, the problem is, from a landscape photographer's perspective, it's not much of a huge issue. I spend most of the time with my tripod on the camera. I don't do that with wildlife photography, so I need to always remember that rule. It's 1 over the focal length of your lens. So there you have it. Simple rule. Now what I try and do is, when I'm thinking about it, is I try and make sure that I always keep the camera above 1/600th of a second. That's, I think it's 640th of a second. So that's the minimum I ever want this on, because at the end of the day, if I'm shooting at 200mm, I'm not going to bother messing around adjusting my shutter speed to 1/200th unless it's very calm, camera's a bit supported like this, and maybe if it's overcast I'm having problems with a higher ISO. To try and bring that ISO down, probably use a slightly slower shutter speed. But yeah, there you go, food for thought. So I'm going to play the waiting game a bit longer, see if I can actually get any pictures today. Another day, not really the most successful, but never mind. It's nice to be out, seeing some nice things, but nothing that I've probably really captured on camera today, which is a real shame. Yeah, just cross paths with Jamie Overland and Gary Norman as well, a couple of other YouTubers. So yeah, just a nod in the head and say hello kind of thing. They were off to do their thing, and I'm making my way back to the car now. So yeah, yeah, not really the most successful of days, as I say. The seabirds didn't seem to want to play ball, and yeah, when I was sat in the hide, nothing was really coming about. I might have got some half decent pictures of the pink-footed geese in flight, which if I had, you would have already seen them. And then literally just as I'm on the way back, probably some flappy mallards as well. That's about it really. Yeah, not really much to record, but never mind. It's always good to be out and about anyway, and you never know what you'll see. So much for my FOMO earlier. Obviously I'll keep the camera out while I'm walking back to the car, and if I see anything else I'll grab some shots. But yeah, so time to sign out. Obviously, if you like the video and the topic as well about remembering to keep your shutter speed above your focal length, 1/over focal length, remember that. Give us the old thumbs up, drop some subscribes from down the bottom. Obviously we've always got more content dropping to the channel. Obviously, as I say, we do this weekly. There may be odd weeks where that doesn't happen, but we have got some other awesome stuff coming soon. Yeah. And yeah, this is Mike out. Stick around for the pictures. Take care. Be safe, everyone. Peace.